Yeah. So how did you guys, we can go back to you sort of each individually where you came from, but how did you guys get together as Snailgun?
Yeah, Adam and I started the band back in I want to say 2023, and we had tried to get together and start something back prior to the pandemic, and got together and jammed a few times, but we didn't have a drummer, and it was really kind of difficult to get our act together. Like we would just have these long sort of jams that really didn't have any structure, weren't going anywhere. And then over the pandemic, we both had been individually writing songs. We kind of like, drew a line under it, said, "Oh yeah, well, we tried that. That's fine." And after the pandemic, we had both been writing songs. Said, "Hey, let's give it another shot." So this time, I'd been in the process of kind of writing songs. Been getting better at using drum machine to kind of lay down a backing track. So we went in with a little bit more structure to what we were doing and got a set of songs together and did a few gigs as a duo with a drum machine. And then just by happenstance, I happened to be telling somebody that, I've got this band going, looking for a drummer, but they're all in like four or five bands. And Sam was standing behind me and said, "Oh, actually, I'm a drummer. I'm only in two other bands."
Only two.
Yeah, only two at the time anyway. And yeah, it was just kind of fortuitous. I just thought it was funny to say that more than anything. But
Yeah.
then when then when I was like, oh yeah, send me the stuff or whatever, and I forget what you had, Dan, but like you had maybe some YouTube recordings, or you had some like recordings of like some of the tracks, or you guys playing live. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I'd actually like to play in that. So yeah, went from there.
Yeah. That was I think 2024, kind of January 2024, and then I injured myself shortly after that, so we didn't end up. We kind of put things off for a couple of months, and then I think we finally got it together.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
all like it's funny you started out sort of as a jam sort of thing because I was gonna bring that up as a point. Like, it's probably a good bet that most of these songs started from just jamming.
Yeah, yeah. So
'Cause
I think most of those were probably written, uh, for the most part as a duo, and then kind of they morphed and changed once Sam joined. We actually had a real live drummer, so but there are kind of extended jam sections on those that came out of that sort of process of just rehearsing and having a drum machine that just wouldn't stop.
I
so
saw what I saw
yeah,
one gig before I joined, and with the drum machine, and that was cool. I actually quite liked the experience, and full credit to like Dan, because like some of those drum tracks, pretty much, I think at least like say for example Labyrinth, that is pretty much the drum beat verbatim that was like cooked up by Dan. Um, Back then. And then some of the songs, it's only like slight changes, but then also just the stuff that happens when I go to play it live and I can't reproduce, or I just, change it a little bit. But a lot of the drum tracks are pretty true to the original kind of idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.